Hey, everybody, I'm here with Erik McDaniel. He's the pastor of Grace Presbyterian Church in Jasper, Tennessee. And we're doing a follow up video with him because he has a Doctor of Ministry in Pastoral Leadership. And we just wanted to take a couple of minutes and let people hear directly from one of our alumni about what they learned in the classroom is actually helping out in the real world. And so, Erik, I'd love for you to tell everybody just a little bit about your church and where you are, and then let's talk about your time at BTS.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I'm in Jasper. It's a rural community, rural church, but the Lord is helping us every day to be faithful to what He's called us to do. And He's even helping us be fruitful in terms of ministering to the community around us. So
Yeah,
enjoying it still.
that's great. And so you are a BTS alum. What year did you graduate?
24.
Okay, and you graduated with your Doctor of Ministry in Pastoral Leadership.
Yes, sir.
And
That's right.
so you are now out in the wild putting what you learned into play. What has been helpful about what you learned through your doctorate?
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. To begin with, I have to say, every semester, every class, there was immediate application.
Hmm.
Whether it was theological, and I'm learning about Romans 6, and it shows up in many sermons, or it was ministerial in terms of connecting with the community. Everything was very, very helpful. One class in particular, practically speaking, I've seen it bear a lot of fruit in my ministry. Upon graduation, I became the president of our local county chamber of commerce. I serve on a board for a recovery ministry. I was the chair of our presbytery's pastoral care committee, plus just being a pastor, being a husband and father.
Right.
So all those things. But what one particular class in pastoral leadership taught me were acronyms that have been so helpful. I've used them on the pastoral care committee. I've used them in the chamber. I have used them in the recovery community that I'm a part of. It has been amazing because I was required to interview other pastors to get their thoughts. And so one of the acronyms I use is MOST. We use it at our church. We use it in different committees for the Chamber of Commerce, but MOST stands for Mission, Objectives, Strategies, and Tactics. And we have organized our committees and our teams based on what is why do you exist? What are your objectives? What are your strategies? So on and so forth. We've done that with the Pastoral Care Committee. Why do we exist? And a lot of it comes from the phraseology that is on mission, on message, in ministry. But whenever I got to the Chamber of Commerce, guess what I did? I said, on mission, on message, in industry. It was just a neat little
Yeah.
transition. We're constantly saying, here's our mission, here's our mission, here's our mission, here's our mission. It's
Yeah.
been very, very helpful. So that's just the fire hydrant spewing of the
Yeah.
things that has shown up in ministry here.
No, I mean, that's super helpful. I mean, because ultimately, I mean, you spend all of this time and effort to get this degree, taking the classes, sitting in, writing the papers, reading the books, and ultimately at the end of the day, you're always asking, what's the payoff? Does this actually help in real space and time? Or is it just a degree that you hang on your wall? And for us in the BTS world, we're trying to tell people no. I mean, what you're learning in your classes is immediately applicable. It matters, and it's almost kind of, you can take it with you wherever you go because it just kind of works in multiple contexts. And so, I mean, how has that helped you even just think pastorally about kind of how to motivate your church or direction that you're going to go? I mean, how do you think through that?
Well, so if I could start with the community dynamic, I'm no longer the president of our chamber. It's a one-year term, but the new president does mission and objectives at every single meeting. And so it's now carried on
Yeah.
to the next person, and hopefully it keeps us vibrant, keeps us on task. As far as with the church, whenever people have really great ideas about how we can do ministry effectively, how we can do it better, bigger, into certain nuanced spaces in our community, they have a grid in which to say, why do we exist? What are our objectives? How are we going to get there? And what do we need to accomplish that? So any great idea that somebody from the congregation has and they want to take that ball and run with it, here's a grid work. Furthermore, we have a strategic planning session every year, and we try and be very organized in that. That's not me. I mean, that's the stuff that I've learned from great mentors and also my degree. So it colors the way we view even next year, or 3 years down the road, or 5 years down the road. So I don't know if that's helpful. What you're asking.
No, that's great. I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about. And one thing that I would love for you to do is, let's say there's a guy in your situation who, he might be in a big city, he might be in a rural context, but he might be considering taking a Doctor of Ministry in pastoral leadership with BTS. What encouragement would you give to him about, can I do it? Number one, I'm busy. Number two, I mean, how is this going to help me in ministry long term? I mean, would love to just hear your kind of sales pitch, if you were, to a prospective student, a guy in your situation who's thinking, hey, can I really do this?
Yeah, well, I will give you ever so quickly what was said to me, and I may have said this previously, but if you want just letters after your name, there are more prestigious organizations. I love BTS, but there are more prestigious organizations. If you are trying to climb the ladder in terms of organizational structure, there are better places to be able to do that. But if you think that you have something to add to the kingdom of God, where you are in your generation, in your space and time, BTS is great. It is the perfect place. And it will be immediately applicable, but I don't know all the different ways, because in my cohort, it was immediately applicable to me, certain things, but in one of my fellow coworkers, theirs was very different, but we all were able to immediately apply it. Second of all, in that the finished product was great for me in terms of not only writing this work, but it's helpful for rural church revitalization. And I still don't know all the avenues where that's going to play out, but I've had numerous conversations with struggling churches and what are some practical ways we can continue forward. So it immediately was effective. It will continue to be effective. I'm just not exactly sure. Yeah. And is it time consuming? Absolutely. Is it rigorous? Absolutely. And it is a conscious decision you and your family need to make. Are you going to go down this path? But you won't regret it, even in the moment and when it's all done. I am sure of that.
Yeah. Well, that's super helpful. I mean, I know that we have a lot of people, I mean, more and more, we're having more and more people come and check BTS out. It seems like people are, understanding that, hey, we've been around for 50 years, so we kind of know what we're doing. And we're bringing a really great education right to your front doorstep, and at a price that makes sense. And so, honestly, one of our best ways that we can tell other people about BTS is to hear from guys like you, our alumni, the ones who have actually done it. You're kind of like the online review of the seminary. And so, we are so grateful, for your ministry. We're so thankful that BTS has been a help to you. We are so grateful for what the Lord is doing at your church, one that I've visited. It's a great church in a beautiful location. And, anybody that's out there that might be kind of in that greater Chattanooga-ish kind of area, if you're around Jasper, Tennessee, number one, it'd be a great place to come and visit. It's beautiful and just get away from the city and rest. But also, if you're looking for a church to go to on Sunday morning and to worship, I'd really encourage you to go see Erik, one of our wonderful alums, and go worship with him in his lovely, sweet, precious church there in Jasper, Tennessee. And Erik, we're so grateful for you and appreciate you taking a couple of minutes to talk with us about your time at BTS.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it.